أعزائي المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بكم بحلقة جديدة من برنامج موفرز اند شيكرز. بين فترة وأخرى يكون عندنا ضيوف ويانا بالبرنامج وبالتلفزيون، إذا كانوا سياسيين أو كانوا اقتصاديين أو رجال أعمال، من أجل تعريف أبناء الجالية بالضيوف اللي عندنا. فدائما احنا نجيبهم هنا، خاصة إذا هسه موسم الانتخابات. موسم الانتخابات الكثير من أبناء الجالية لا يعرفون، يعني ما يعرفون من هم السياسيين اللي مرشحين أنفسهم. فاحنا نجيبهم هنا إذا كانوا ديمقراطيين، إذا كانوا جمهوريين أو كانوا اندبندنت يعني مستقلين. فاحنا نجيبهم هنا نعرف أبناء الجالية. التلفزيون MEA TV ونك نجار مقدم البرنامج ما ننحاز إلى طرف أو طرف آخر، وإنما نخلي الاختيار لكم، تختارون أنتم الشخص اللي تشوفوه مناسب لكم، ومن خلال اللقاءات اللي نلتقي وياهم ونقدم لكم إياهم يشرحون عن نفسهم، يشرحون عن برامجهم، ايش راح يقدمون لكم، وانتم تختارون الشخص المناسب وتخلوه بالمكان المناسب. فاليوم عندنا ضيفتنا السيدة عائشة فاروقي. عائشة فاروقي هي مرشحة لمجلس النواب لولاية ميشيغان الأمريكية ستيت ريبريزنتيف، ومنطقتها تشمل عدة مناطق، هي راح تشرح لنا إياها خلال اللقاء. فإن شاء الله خلال هذا اللقاء بعد من انتهاء اللقاء راح تكون عندكم فكرة عن هذه الشخصية وعن هذا المرشح، هذه المرشحة، فأنتم تختارون إذا تشوفون هي مناسبة لكم أم لا. Aisha, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you for having me.
Well, Aisha, we got used to you. You've been here before, a couple of years ago, and we had a good time, and you did a good job. You have a good campaign last time, and now again we see you at the election. You work very hard. But before we start talking about the campaign and election, we want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to our communities.
Sure. My name is Aisha Farooqi. My family and I moved to the U.S. in 1993. My mom earned a scholarship at the University of Detroit Mercy, and they had every intention of returning. And then my dad used to work for a small business at the time, and the business owner said, "We need hardworking people such as yourself." So my parents thought about it, and they knew that their two daughters would have opportunities here in America that no other nation could offer. So we stayed in America, and we've been here since. Currently, I am an assistant prosecuting attorney with Wayne County, and I am running for office because I genuinely want to improve the lives of my community members.
So your professional job, you're a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer, yes.
You're a lawyer. That's
yes.
your professional job. And you're assistant prosecutor for Wayne County.
For Wayne County.
Which area?
Juvenile division.
Juvenile.
Yes,
That's
I know.
not easy.
Yeah,
That hard.
Yeah, because you want to help the young people. You also want to be firm, but you also want to be compassionate. But if you feel like if you can help some of the young kids, it's rewarding.
I had one of the judges, I don't want to mention the name, he was in Macomb County. He retired now. When he became a judge, me, Terry, and other friends, we help him to become a judge. And when they put him in a family division, I saw him after a month. I told him, "How was your job?" He said, "I'm happy, but I'm sad. I see all the stories about your parents, they fight, the broken families." He said, I take it home with me. Yeah. Because I feel that I'm a father, and I feel that, he said, this is very, uncomfortable position, but somebody have to do it.
Absolutely.
Somebody have to do it.
Yeah.
So Aisha, before we start, ask you a question about what you're going to do for the community, or actually not only the community, for your district. Which area you cover? Which area, your district, which cities covers?
So I'm running for a state representative in District 57, which is Western Sterling Heights, Eastern Troy, and Precinct 7 in Madison Heights.
When you said Eastern Sterling Heights, is that from DeQuinder to?
Western Sterling Heights.
Western Sterling Heights. So from DeQuinder to what?
So it's west of Van Dyke. It's Van Dyke to, I'll talk about the whole district.
Sure.
The whole district is west of Van Dyke, east of John R. 14 mile to 20 mile. And 19 to 20 mile goes up to Rochester Road. And then we've got Precinct 7 in Madison Heights, which is on either side of Stevenson Highway. And it goes from 12 mile to 14 mile.
Wow, you have a good district, a good sized district, and a lot of our members of our community live in this district. So you're lucky. So hopefully they can go and vote for you.
Let's hope, yeah.
for your job as a prosecutor, and and campaign is very hard. It's not easy. I've been through this myself. I left my work completely, totally. I stopped my work, and I'm a realtor by trade, and our job, our business is in the summertime, and the campaign is in the summertime.
Absolutely.
And I left it completely, and financially, it's a burden.
Yeah.
The question is this: 2 years ago you run, and you're running again right now. Why you think is so important you're running, or what is your platform? What you are trying to accomplish in your position?
I'm running because I want to give back to the community. This country has given me, my sister and I, a lot. We had a great education. My sister's a doctor now, I'm a lawyer now. And we were taught from a young age to give back to your community. I think we all were raised that way, right? It's part of our culture. So I'm running because I want to give back to my community. Some of the issues that are really at the top of my priority list are making sure that we provide economic opportunities for individuals, residents of District 57. That's really important to me, that we support small businesses. I used to be a small business owner. I had my own law firm in Hamtramck. And so I know the struggles associated with being a small business owner. Making sure that our children can attain a high quality education is also very important to me. We have to adequately fund public schools. We have to make sure that we're paying our teachers well. That's really important to me as well. Making sure that our seniors are taken care of. They gave so much to our community. We have to make sure that we don't increase costs for them. Making sure that housing is affordable so people can have a good life. And making sure that healthcare is affordable and accessible, especially mental health services and addiction services. I see so many individuals from our communities struggling with these issues in silence. And so we need to break the barriers, break the stigma, and help these individuals get the help that they need.
So you're running as a Democrat. How many other opponents do you have?
Right now I have two other individuals running against me.
Running as a Democrat.
As Democrats, yes. This is a primary election. Two individuals running against me from Troy. Both are from Troy. I am the only person from Sterling Heights, Macomb County. And this district, because it's Troy and Madison Heights and Sterling Heights, it's Macomb County as well as Oakland County. I'm the only candidate in this race who's from Macomb County.
Macomb County. So the other two person, do you have, we are running together by August 6th. We're going to find out,
We're going to find out.
Who is the candidate going to face in the general election, the Republican person.
Yes, yes.
And how, do you know, is that incumbent, the one in Oakland County, I mean the Republican?
Yes.
He's incumbent or he's an incumbent?
He's the incumbent. There's no one running against him. And so the election is on August 6th. Early voting actually started on July 27th. And folks can go in and vote at the Chaldean Community Foundation or the Sterling Heights City Center if they wish to vote early. And they can do so until August 4th, 9 to 5 p.m.
Or they can do absentee. They can call the city clerk or county clerk. They will send them the absentee ballots if there's time left,
Right.
Because we are getting very short to the election day.
Very close to the election day.
Very close to the election day. So let me ask you this question. Last time you went through, you knocked a lot of doors, and now you're knocking a lot of doors.
Yeah.
And campaign needed required many things. For example, required money, required volunteers, required people vote for you, required people donated for you, required people put sign for you. So how is the community responding to that?
They've been pretty wonderful. They've been pretty wonderful. When we're knocking on doors, a lot of the people have said to me, oh, we voted for you 2 years ago, we're going to vote for you again. So that's always nice. Some people have said they've already voted for me because right now we're just like door knocking and,
and hot weather like today.
Like yesterday, my friend Terry and I were door knocking in his neighborhood. And
humidity
it was hot. It was humid. My makeup was melting. It was a lot.
I hope Terry brought some water with him.
He did. He was kind enough to give me some water. He's like, maybe you can go and, pat some. It was great. But it's, we're very grateful. We have some amazing team members who've been volunteering their time, and just they're very dedicated, so I'm grateful.
There's a question that's very important. For example, when I run, I have my kids, my friends, my family, all, sending flyers, knocking door, calling people. How is your family? Do you have any support from your family, your personal family?
So my sister lives in New York.
Uh-oh.
She and her husband, they live in New York. My parents, what they'll do is they'll like text friends and things like that. But I don't have like a lot of...
No, but they support you.
Of course, absolutely.
They're behind you.
Oh, absolutely. They support
They're behind
me.
you.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't have the support of a family, it's a problem.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a problem. This is not a good thing. The most important thing is the family.
They do support.
I remember my son, he was that time 6, 7 years old, and he used to put stamps in the postcards. We used to do that,
sweet.
put the stamps in the postcards, send it through the mail. We used to mail it. A lot of my friends, they did a good job. They came in, they put the posters, they put a sign.
Yeah.
They we used to meet all the time. We do strategic things, together, work together. They did a great job, and some of them even they lend me money. That's a good thing for the campaign.
Yes.
So I know there's only 5 days, but the campaign, hopefully you're gonna win the June 6th. The campaign is gonna continue another 3 months.
Inshallah.
That 3 months is gonna be very intense because that time you're gonna have you're running against 2 Democrats. That time you're gonna run against a Republican person, and both of you, especially incumbent, you're gonna need a lot of help.
Yes.
So if the people they want to reach, they said, Nick, we watch this young lady. She's an immigrant just like us. She worked very hard. Her family educated her. She's educated, and she's doing a great job in the court. We want to help her. How they can help you?
They can visit my website, which is www.F as in Frank, AROOQI, FOR57.com, Farooqi457.com, and they can donate, they can volunteer, and they can also tell their friends and family about me to vote for me, and that would be really helpful. I used to have a lot of, when I was running campaigns, I'm not bringing this to tell I was running, but this is an example. I have people I run in Sterling Heights, Utica, and Shelby, but I have a lot of friends live in Oakland County, Wayne County, Genesee County, Washington County. They said, Nick, we cannot put a sign, we cannot vote for you, but we can do something. We can do fundraising for you. We can give you a check. We can call for our brothers and sisters and cousins who live in this district so they can vote for you. We encourage them to vote. So whoever, if you are not living in this district, you can help through different way. And if you try to reach, Aisha, if you don't have her email or websites, just call me personally, and I'm more than happy to connect you or collect your donation. I'm happy to collect your donation. Then I'll take it, spend it in my shop. I'm not. My number is area code 586-206-9000. I was joking about keeping the money. I cannot do that. 586-206-9000, Nick Najjar. Aisha, you're from Pakistan, right? We have a lot of Bengali, Afghani, Chaldean, Lebanese, from Middle East generally, in the district you run. How is your relationship with these communities? I have tried to build relationship with all those communities. I've reached out, go to the local mosques. I go to a lot of the Chaldean American businesses. I frequent them mainly because I like to eat good food. And I have friends from the community. I want to thank you for your endorsement. So I would like to believe I have a good relationship. I try to go to as many events as I can. I have visited temples, churches, mosques. I have gone to, there have been a lot of picnics. The Bangladeshi American community has had a lot of picnics. I went and attended those. There were some protests. I know that right now the Middle Eastern community is very devastated by what's happening in Palestine. And I've always tried to support my community the best way that I could. And I think the way to do that is to try to connect with as many people as you can, meet as many people as you can, and to listen. I think that's the most important thing that anyone who wants to represent a community needs to do, is to listen.
Sure. When you knock doors, what is the response of the people, especially the one they know your face from previous election? What is the a normal question they ask you?
Honestly, they don't really ask me any questions. They're like, oh, I remember you. We voted for you 2 years ago. Yeah, you got our vote. So that's very nice. Yeah.
So there is no concern for people you knock on the door, they tell you, we want you to do this, we want you to do that.
Oh, yes. So what I've noticed, some of the issues, because I usually ask, like, what are your top concerns? So I've had people talk about preserving democracy. That's really on a lot of people's minds. People have also talked about the high cost of living. I had a gentleman from Sterling Heights in his 80s say the same thing a gentleman in his 20s told me who lives in Troy. Different backgrounds. The young person still lives with his family, and they both said that the cost of groceries is way too high.
We felt that, all of us.
Right, we're all feeling that. Another thing, I knocked on a door in Sterling Heights, and a lady told me that, this wonderful person told me that her husband is a patient. He has dialysis. He needs dialysis treatments. So his treatments cost about $100 per treatment, and he needs 3 treatments just to survive, just to live. And he needs 3 treatments per week, and they come to about $100 per treatment. So they're spending about $1,200 just for him to be treated so he can live.
Just dialysis. Not counting the medication and the food and rent and other things.
Absolutely. And she's on a fixed income. She is on Social Security. She gets $1,600 a month. So imagine having to pay $1,200 towards treatments. A lot of people are struggling right now.
It's not an easy life.
No.
Between the high cost of everything, not only the food, everything else, the gas, the food, everything else.
Yeah.
People, I deal with the people daily, and I hear from them, everybody, even the people with a good income, their dollar shrink.
Yes.
Their dollar start shrinking because you used to pay $2 for a gallon of gas, now you pay $4 for a gallon of gas. You used to pay, for example, you go to grocery, you put $50, you can fill a basket, now $150.
Absolutely.
People, they feel this daily, and they can do nothing about it. They have to eat, they have to drink, and insurance, health insurance.
Absolutely.
Went crazy. The price of health insurance, price of medication is unbelievable, today. So hopefully when you make it, and you're going to have a vote for us, the people in Lansing, and you're going to talk to your colleagues there, Republican or Democrat. Hopefully you can work with both of them. You cross the aisle to other side. You can talk to them for the benefit, for not only our community, you're representing the whole communities, regardless where they come from, what's their background, what their religion. So you're going to represent every one of us.
Yes.
So Aisha, before we finish the program, you have the camera, and I want you to say something to the community. What do you want to say, whatever you want to say to the community before you end the show?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Aisha Farooqi. I am running for state representative in District 57, which is in Sterling Heights, Eastern Troy, 1 precinct in Madison Heights. What ties us together is the fact that we've had the same lived and learned experiences. I'm an immigrant. I'm the daughter of immigrants. So many of you are immigrants, have family members who are immigrants. We know how hard it is to set up roots in a completely new nation, to get an education, to work hard, to fit in, and to do what is needed to help yourself and your family succeed. And so I ask you, as someone from your own community, to please come out and vote for me. As stated previously, you can vote early until August 4th. You can go to the Chaldean Community Foundation or the Sterling Heights City Center, and you can vote from 9 to 5 p.m. until this Sunday, August 4th. And if you can't make those times, then you can please consider voting for me on Tuesday, August 6th. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you are well wherever you are. Thank you very much.
Aisha, thank you very much, and I wish you good luck.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. أعزائي المشاهدين، كنا في لقاء مع المرشحة عائشة فاروقي لمنصب عضوة برلمان لولاية ميشيغان الأمريكية، ستيت ريبريزنتيف، اللي تمثل جزء من مدينة ستيرلينغ هايس وجزء من مدينة ماديسون هايس وجزء من مدينة تروي، اللي ساكنين بهالمناطق اللي ذكرتها، وعندهم بعد سماع طبعا لقاء وياها، انه عندكم اختيار تختارون هي او شخص اخر. فان شاء الله كانت هذه الحلقه جيده، وانطتكم شويه معلومات عن السيده عائشه اللي مرشحه نفسها، هي من باكستان وعايشه بمدينه ستيرلينغ هايس، وطبعا هي مدعيه عامه في قاضيه، يعني مدعيه عامه في مدينه وين، في ولايه وين او مقاطعه وين عفوا، ومحاميه بنفس الوقت، ووصلت الى امريكا بسنه 1993. يعني درسوا في امريكا هي واهلها، وان شاء الله من خلال هذا البرنامج تعرفتوا عليها، واذا عجبتكم وعجبتكم المعلومات عنها تصوتون لها. شكرا جزيلا مره اخرى اعزائي المشاهدين، وشكرا لMEA تلفزيون وراديو، معد ومقدم البرنامج نجار، والى اللقاء في حلقه اخرى مع ضيف اخر. مع السلامه.